Namaste, my friends. I'm back. I've been doing a lot of thinking since the last video or vlog that I posted. I did do a rant regarding the Roe v. Wade decision that came from the Supreme Court. And I'm still processing all of that and trying to discover what I need to do to be true to myself and do the best that I can in this world to help people and to do no harm. And I was also thinking about how, I don't want to say selfish, self-indulgent, how self-indulgent it is for me to make a vlog talking about myself and my opinions. And I mentioned in the last vlog or two about my desire to have value, to give value to others for watching me in my self-indulgent ways. One of the reasons that I started Third Stage Goddess when I did was that I was in a place in my life where I saw myself experiencing things that are often discussed when we talk about women of a certain age, where we find ourselves becoming invisible, where we are, we're getting our gray hair, our children are grown, we're taking care of our parents, we're having grandchildren, and just our whole lives change. And for some of us, it's a very hard stage when your usefulness in some ways has run its course. You find yourself no longer in a marriage, possibly a long-term marriage. I was in a long-term marriage and I found myself no longer in that marriage. I found my worldview was changing, not necessarily because I desired a change, but I found myself in a situation where the hard, cold reality hit that everything in life is temporary. And we never know day to day when things are going to change or how things are going to change or how those changes are going to directly affect us. And when my marriage ended and I found myself struggling to pick up pieces of my life and find an identity outside of being a mother, of being a wife, finding myself not having a career at that point in my life, not having even the skills or education to be marketable. It was terrifying. And the same time I'm going through this, I'm realizing that society as a whole, it simply doesn't care. It just doesn't care. I'm not a young, marketable woman. My contributions to society are not considered as valuable or as great as a younger person's contributions. I simply no longer have the time. I may have the wisdom and I may have the courage. However, I'm lacking in valuable, marketable experiences and skills. We all know that the pink collar workers, women who do domestic work. I was a domestic worker. I didn't get paid. I took care of my own children. I took care of my own home. I even went so far as to be a homeschooling mother, and I took care of my children's education, and I became very involved, and I had a lot of volunteer work. I volunteered 8 years for our county extension service within the 4-H program. I've done many volunteer positions as swim team managers and volunteer coordinators for programs and things like that. And although I have all of this experience and even wisdom, that counted for nothing when I was alone and had to make my way. So that's why there is a gnat. I'm so sorry, but I don't know where this gnat came from. But if you see me swiping and moving, it's the irritation of the gnat. And again, if I knew how to edit, I could edit it out. And again, I will learn how to edit, I promise. I just don't know today how to do that. But I started this Third Stage Goddess just as a way for me to reach out and try to find a community, knowing that I'm not special. I'm not the only one out there. I'm not the only one desiring a community. I'm not the only one going through these life changes and going, wow, this is happening to me now. And I had no real idea of how to do this. I'm still struggling, but I think that the value that I have to offer is just in my honesty and discussing how I move through my life as an older woman with very real struggles. I work very hard. I work at minimum 45 hours a week every week. My job is not flexible. I don't have the ability, everybody loves the thought of remote work and, I have the ability to run to the store. I can make my doctor's appointments and yada, yada, yada. No, my work setup behind me, very minimal. I work out off of a laptop. I do have an extra monitor because it just helps me as I'm working on documents and reading things to, have a bigger monitor. But I could do it with just a laptop. But I am shackled to my laptop throughout my entire workday. I have no flexibility. I'm constantly on call. And I'm not complaining about my job because God knows I'm fortunate. I'm so, so fortunate. I got this job, guess it was 3 years ago. So I got it in the summer of 2019. And of course, we know in March 2020, COVID hit. And I was very fortunate that the only change I went through was instead of working at home 3 days a week, I started working at home 5 days a week. The only downside is that, I know so many people were getting money from unemployment and, they're making bank, and here I am working on my little job every day, making my little bit of money, and but I'm so very grateful that I got the job when I did, and I'm so very grateful that I still have this job. So again, I know how fortunate I am. But that being said, I do struggle. I hate to use the word struggle. Some people say struggling is a choice. Well, yeah, maybe it is a choice. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe I can just find a better word for what I'm doing. I'm working hard. I'm trying to get this whole time management thing put together. If I only could manage my time a little bit better, I would have already put up some of the solutions that I'm working on that I had alluded to about a week ago in my talk. But I just wanted to put out some value. I wanted to say that I am striving to find resources and to offer a place of authenticity for women that are of a certain age, that are trying to have, to live their best life, to rise above the things that have been difficult. Every single woman gets to be a certain age, and we all have things that have been difficult. And men too, my God, this is just not a woman thing by any stretch of the imagination. This is an adult thing. This is a growing older thing. But I think one of the things unique to being a woman is that because our reproductive status changes, because our hormones change, and our bodies change, not only do we look older, men get gray hair and they get wrinkles, etc. But our whole body composition changes, the way that we process things, and the way we move through this world, and the way society views a woman my age versus a man my age. It's very, very different. So that is the value that I want to offer, is that we're going to go through this in an authentic manner. And we're going to put the pieces together because we are living a real life. We're real people. I do not have any filters. This is me. I have to be honest with you. I did record a vlog yesterday on my morning walk. And it was a beautiful morning. I mean, a very beautiful morning. And I enjoyed being out there. And I really felt the need to share something. And I recorded it. And between the lighting and the angle, I looked at myself and said, you know, if I put that up there, I don't know how comfortable I would have felt with that. As you can see, I have no filters. You see what I look like. But I'm hoping by keeping my distance from the camera, not having the camera all up in here when I'm walking and it's going up and down, and being in the natural light outside, I just looked like the crypt keeper. Maybe I look like the crypt keeper all the time anyway, but it's irrelevant. But the fact is, in all honesty, I did feel uncomfortable with putting that out for the world. I know I look the same here. I look the same every day. But I guess I just feel like I'm more in a comfort zone and more controlled right now rather than having the camera cut. I would be talking and the camera's over here, catching a profile, and it just, nah. I said, nah. So that is the value I hope to offer. I hope to offer a community of authentic humans, particularly women of a certain age. I do have a lot of adventure left in my life, a lot of adventure, and I have just amazing characters in my life. So I think the next thing that I do want to share, I have a story. I'm going to call it my Baltimore story. And it's highly relevant to me, but I also believe that it's an important story to share. I think we all do live in our own little bubbles. I know I live in my own little bubble. I know, that's what we do as humans, and we create our spaces and we create our lives and we build things around us. Not only for protection so much, but for our personal comfort. I think one of the most important things when talking about these bubbles is that at a certain age, where I am now, and I have extensive family, generational family. My mother's 83, and then I have my youngest grandchild just turned 1. I have 4 children, all in early young adults, young to middle adults. I don't know. So there's a lot of things going on that I have to be mindful of, and a lot of, of course, I've mentioned everything is political, of course. A lot of politics I must be concerned about, and a lot of different views, a lot of different viewpoints. And even though we all may have a similar ideology, we do have different experiences that influence our viewpoints. And I think as we get older and we've created this life and our bubble of safety and comfort, we still have to open ourselves to all these other things, because we need to be open to the other people in our lives, particularly the people that are so, so important to us. So part of my adventure really is opening myself to all of these things, which may mean that at times I do get political. At times I do discuss many of the things that affect me directly. But I know that the things that are affecting me directly, again, I'm not special. I'm not unique. I'm just like anyone who would be watching this channel. We all have more similarities than differences. And we all have our financial issues, our career issues, our health issues, our family issues, not even to mention emotional and mental issues. And the list goes on. And the incredible thing is that the older we get, the more we see, the more we know, the more things we take on. And there are moments where it just gets so darn heavy. It's heavy. Life can be really heavy sometimes. And I think I've been in I got married in November, and I had 4 months of like, wow, this is really cool. And this is great. And I can't believe I'm married again. And wowza. And then the reality came crashing in the most violent manner possible, which will be in my Baltimore story. And, it's just, life just keeps coming at you. And I have to think, when I think of being a third stage goddess, that I had never imagined when I was younger that life would get so big as I got older. It just gets bigger and bigger. Even though my time gets smaller and smaller, and my energy a little smaller, and my capacity for patience and gets smaller as everything's getting bigger. So I'm working on matching that energy and rising to that really big life and that big challenge. And I want to share that and put that out there, to know that if anybody else sees this, we're in this together, and we're all dealing with big life and big emotions and big issues. And my God, again, politics definitely plays a role in this, because, we got to keep this world going. I got those grandbabies, and I want the world to be good for them. So I hope this helps clarify a little bit about Third Stage Goddess, why I'm here, why I'm talking to you, and why I'm making an effort with this vlog. And I'm going to close here, because I do tend to ramble, and I think I've done a big ramble. So I am working on my Baltimore story. I'm not writing it down, but I am thinking about it. And I do plan on getting that out in the next day or two. I'm going to continue thinking about how to put that out there without too much negativity and without too much rambling. So I'm going to fit a story like this and try to get it down to here. Again, if you have stuck with me, and the gnat has stuck with me, I thank you. I appreciate you. Namaste. And I wish you peace. Bye-bye.